Hi guys, it's Ernest again, coming to you from Proximal Consciousness. Hope you guys are doing well. Yesterday at work, I was trying to think of what I would talk about today, and a subject came to my mind: hatred. I was looking at all these prank videos on YouTube, and I saw all the emotions and the ramifications of the emotions that were being generated by the various pranks. And I noticed that there was so much hatred during and afterward, after the prank. And I said to myself, that would be an interesting emotion to discuss with my mate, my wife, or anybody for that matter, my children or friends or whatnot, family or community. And I said, well, we all are fairly familiar with the term hatred and the emotions of hatred. I mean, we watch the news, we read the newspapers, we hear the stories all around the world and all throughout our country, and families and things about hatred and the ramifications of it. And I said to myself, well, how in the world could we improve situations? And I said, well, obviously a better understanding of hatred and what the root of it is, and why is it that hatred is perceived the way it is perceived within relationships. And I said, well, the psychology of it all seems to be fairly understood, right? Hatred is an emotion. It's an intense feeling. It's a strong dislike for someone or something. And then you go a step further and you say, well, it has to emanate from somewhere, some kind of pain. And that pain has to come from someplace, a lack of empathy, a lack of understanding, which leads me to believe personally that it has to be about communication or the lack of listening. So I said, well, in order to make a relationship, a family, a society, a community, a society better, we need to be better communicators. We need to be better listeners. By being better communicators and better listeners, we should be able to mitigate thoughts and feelings and emotions, dislikes, hatred. We should be able to do a better job at solving the problem of hatred among us. So I figured, well, what are some of the outcomes of hatred? I mean, hatred itself, in my opinion, is a distraction. It's a strong distraction from other things that we otherwise should be focused on. Could cause a stumbling block. Um, with some people, hatred can destroy everything: themselves, others, families, communities, a society in general. So hatred is a very serious problem. But then you have to ask yourself, well, it may be a serious problem in our society, but is it only a serious problem because we never look at it in more of a fun way? I mean, mature people, logical, rational people should probably come to a conclusion that hatred, yes, it's an emotion like any other, like love, like it's an emotion, and therefore we should be able to choose how we view it, how we deal with it. It's just another emotion to deal with. So if it is just another emotion to deal with, then why are we so dark and brooding about it? Why is it such a serious thing? I mean, when we feel it or when we encounter it from others. So I say, okay, well, maybe it shouldn't be. I mean, if it is just a feeling like any other, then maybe I can have fun and we could have fun dealing with hatred. I mean, if we're all logical and rational, or if we're open to a logical and a rational approach to it. So if it is a communication and a listening issue, why not communicate and listen? Why not tell people, hey, let's communicate about this. Let's listen to this. So every point that I have with my girlfriend, every opportunity, or my wife someday, every opportunity that I have to address the issue, strong feelings of hatred, whether it's coming from myself or whether it's coming from her or others, I should flag it red, and take some time to discuss it, to understand it, to get to the root of it, to be able to mitigate it, to solve it so that it's less impactful, so that it's less distracting, so that we can move on to better things. Maybe things that are more important. Not to say that dealing with the issue of hatred isn't important. It's an emotion like every other. It's important. It's just as important as love. Showing empathy. There are people who just like things differently. People who want to be approached differently. There's nothing wrong with that. That's something that we'll deal with forever. And being that we will deal with it forever, it makes sense to know how to deal with it logically and rationally. Hatred is a legitimate feeling, just like any other. And maybe we should learn how to approach it and not be so defensive and angry and hostile, not be so hateful of dealing with hate. Maybe we should be more understanding. Maybe we should be calmer, more rational, more thoughtful, and less distracted by all the elements of hatred, all the things that cross our minds when we're dealing with hatred from within or from without. By approaching it more calmly and more rationally, we might be able to improve on it. We might actually get to a point to where we experience it less, where we're less concerned about certain things. We might find a level of peace that's beyond our imagination, beyond our understanding, if we can just take the time and the energy and focus on, let's say, hatred in a proper way, in a constructive way. Whether it's dealing with what's for dinner, or dealing with where we leave our shoes, or how we spend our money or our time. All those moments can give rise to strong feelings of hatred or dislike, distrust. If we just deal with these moments and spend the time peacefully and calmly dealing with them, and rationally, and most importantly, truthfully dealing with these moments, we can probably come to a common understanding of hatred, and that understanding being one that we can come to more rationally, more peacefully, less destructively. Because everybody benefits when we're having fun. I don't know anyone that would honestly say that solving problems in a fun way and having fun while you're solving it is a bad thing. It's a good thing. We need to learn how to deal with strong emotions such as hatred and yet still have fun with it. Because why shouldn't it be fun? Why shouldn't logical, rational, healthy people know how to have fun dealing with emotions, even the emotion of hatred? It's our choice. It's our right how we approach a feeling, a thought, an experience. Why not choose to have fun with it? There are so many opportunities that can arise in a given day where hatred can materialize. It's all over the place. And in essence, we have many, opportunities to encounter hatred. Most people say, I don't want to make a habit of encountering hatred. No one does. But when we do encounter it, there's nothing that says that we can't have fun in solving it and dealing with it. There's no one that tells us that we can't be joyous about our approach to hatred and our success at dealing with it without it becoming so much of a distraction or so debilitating that we can't live our lives. It's our choice to be happy or to be sad when it comes to dealing with a strong emotion, a strong feeling, such as hatred, which is just a strong feeling, a strong dislike. It's our choice. Why not choose to be happy in dealing with it? Why not learn how to communicate, how to listen, how to think about something in a way that's more constructive than destructive? Communication doesn't have, hatred and miscommunication And non-listening doesn't have to be so destructive to a couple, a person, a society. We can do better. We can have fun. So that's my thought for today. Maybe we should just relax, communicate, listen, and take a different approach to dealing with strong feelings such as hatred. So, I'm glad to talk with you guys. I'm having a great time, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye now.